So are we not actually playing today, or what's?
We might play a little, but we're at the very least going to establish this world.
And our characters, I assume.
Yes, and your characters. So, as this is being streamed, I feel like we should introduce ourselves.
It's being streamed right now?
Yep, right now.
Like right now.
Like right now.
Like
So,
we're live.
anyways, I'm Mark Hang. I'm the DM. I guess you guys can go alphabetically.
Oh.
Figure it out.
My name is Edgar Jerome. I'm
Corey
a
would be next.
player.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say, but whatever.
wait.
Just go according to the. Eric.
Alpha by alpha status.
Mhm.
Okay, somebody next. Go ahead.
I'm Corey. There we go, Corey. Once more, that is Corey.
I am Mark, and I am playing a shadow elf by the name of Aklo Udinzo.
Should we have done that? Should
No,
we?
That's
Oh,
kind of what I
yeah.
thought you were gonna
moving
do.
on.
All right, I'm James. I'm playing Keegan, a human fighter.
Mark started a thing.
I am Matthew. I am
Hear me
playing
roar.
Erduth Sevegu. I am a warlock, half orc, half elf, the only one of his kind, and the first of his name, Conqueror of Worlds.
Okay, so Corey and Edgar, what are you guys?
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Alpha.
Mr.
Alpha
Alpha.
Edgar.
Mr. Alpha.
Yeah, I am. I'm playing Gatbark Gunbjorn, a cleric dwarf.
Gatbark Gunbjorn.
Yeah, man.
That's
Bang, bang.
fucking golden.
And I'm playing Kali Kick, a lizard folk druid.
Okay. So, for one reason, do any of you want to talk about your characters? Kind of like introduce them, describe who they are. Like you don't have to give everything away, but a quick summary of what your character looks like and whatever else you want to share would be nice.
Yeah, sure. So again, I am playing a shadow elf. I guess they have gray skin. He's got dark purple hair and light purple eyes. He is a rogue, and his family have like been, I guess, cursed almost, just to like protect the royal family for like generations. And through some sort of mishap, a failure in a mission or something like that, Aklo was sent away in shame and sent away from the palace and has been sent to this. I think you said we were starting at a garrison, right?
Yes, we'll find out exactly where the garrison is located. I should give a quick rundown of the basic elements of this world before I go, because as you mentioned, your family has been cursed to protect this royal line. I'm assuming the imperial royal line.
Exactamundo.
Right. So there's an empire.
I thought it was a common law.
There is an empire in this land, at which sits an emperor. It started in the human lands, a noble bloodline of golden-eyed individuals. A strong family managed to unite their nation, and through means of war, united the nations around them through force, other human nations, and crafted a strong, great empire that has gone around the continent and brought others into its fold. And that's the basic kind of premise for this world that we will build. Who would like to describe their character next?
I'll go. I'm Erduth, and I'm a half orc, half elf. My mother was Mork, and my father was Gork.
Okay.
And so I was raised in the woods as a what do you call it? An outcast bastard child. My parents were killed by raiders, and I was taken in by Tiberzon, a religious inquisitor that raised me to be a spellcaster and wizard, or a warlock.
Okay. So this religious inquisition is part of the empire.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. And for some reason they sent you to this garrison.
Yes.
How does the world treat a abomination such as a half
I
orc,
wear
half
a
elf?
fencing sight kind
Hey,
of mask.
those are some strong words.
Uh,
Someone of a
Okay,
special,
your mentor
a
was
special, very.
Tiberzon.
Tiberzon. He's a grizzled old human. And yeah, the Inquisitors sent me here. I think it was to get me out of the way.
So
It was causing too much trouble.
okay, Tiberzon. How far up the hierarchy of the Inquisition is he?
Oh, he's like not the top, but like not the bottom, like right, kind of like a little bit above the middle. He's a more than middle management.
All right. All right.
he's upper middle management.
Yeah, I got you. This is very stratified. Very stratified.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anything else?
And I also have text that I found holds many secrets.
All right. Your name is Erduth.
Erduth.
Mark, what was your
Erduth.
name?
Aclo.
Aklo.
ACLO.
Aklo and Erduth. Who's next? Anybody? Anybody?
All right, I'll go.
All right.
So Keegan,
Keegan.
he was a officer, a military officer
Yeah.
in the capital, right?
Okay.
And he was sent out to one of the border kingdoms to suppress a rebellion, but his officer gave a dishonorable order to forcefully suppress them, and he refused to slaughter unarmed civilians. And
Very
for that,
noble.
he was imprisoned, and he was only rescued by his allies, like higher up in the court.
They
From
fought for him.
Yeah, they fought for him. They fought for him in the court to save him from a lifetime of pitiless combat in like the gladiatorial pits. And he was sent as a low-ranking, unnamed, unknown soldier to this faraway border fort. But they know him. People know him. People know that he's a good guy.
Okay.
His actions have become famous.
He's the
And they're
man who said no.
yes.
And what? Sorry.
When people follow orders blindly, they embrace a kind of tyranny.
That's what people know him for.
Yeah, that's what he said.
What does he look like again?
He's a dark skinned, very very beautiful and charismatic, like bulging muscles, six packs, the works, right?
The whole
Nice.
package, eh?
Yeah, the whole package.
Tell us more
Can
about his package.
it's magnificent. It is very
Magnificent.
magnificent.
And
Yes.
very whole.
Very shapely.
Very, very shapely. Yeah.
Who was the officer who? What was? Remind me of the officer's name who gave that order.
Marking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What ended up happening to him?
Nothing. He got away with it clean.
All right.
He got to take 6 months of paid vacation.
Oh
to
wow.
Yeah.
Because he was so traumatized by your
Because he was so
insubordination?
traumatized of my refusal to follow his orders and following court battles.
Okay. So he's out there somewhere.
He's out there somewhere.
Okay.
But Keegan is not one for revenge.
He's enjoying his life at the garrison.
He's moved on from that, and he will do what he can to save others.
Okay.
So wait, you were imprisoned and then reincorporated into the military?
I was acquitted.
He was
Okay.
hell.
Because
military.
thanks, yeah, thanks to my allies and friends.
Got a good lawyer.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, who's next?
Edgar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just about to speak, but okay, go ahead, Gary.
And Corey, you're up.
No. Edgar comes last. Like.
Are we
talk
saving
of
the best
Edgar.
for last?
Yeah, we're
that's
saving the
awesome.
best for last.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm
Alright.
excited.
We
I'm
actually have to
excited.
talk about Edgar's. We could talk about. Yeah, no. Let's talk about Edgar's after we build the world.
Sounds good.
Is
Yeah.
that last? So Corey.
All right. So first thing you need to know is that the lizard folk live in a very secluded kind of dense jungle, and they really only populate this small area in this dense jungle. The reason for that is because their city is built on top of a chamber in which they hold a Tarask under a spell to keep it from ever waking again. Because the last time the Tarask awoke, it destroyed like vast amounts of land and vast amounts of their empire. So they've rebuilt their society on top of a Tarask and kind of made it their solemn duty to prevent the Tarask from ever awaking. My character's role was one of like an animal husbandry. So he was tasked with raising animals. And then from what he assumed was that the animals were being sold to other parts of the empire. But what he then learned, unfortunately, is that the animals were not being sold as pets, as he was, assuming. That they instead were being taken to the Chamber of the Beast and used in sacrifice to satiate the beast. So
Perpetuate this spell.
Yes, to perpetuate the spell. So he kind of got into a huff about it, demanded that he seize this beast, and upon seeing the beast, he kind of fell into a kind of like an existential dread as to like the vast size and power that this beast holds, and he has then since left the city and now wants to seek means to gain power to destroy this beast, because he does not like the idea of it existing in this world.
So he joined the military.
He sees the military as a means to, better train himself. Strong people join the military, so he joined the military.
Okay. It's all coming together.
What? Sorry.
That's fine.
What class is Edgar? I'm just trying to keep notes on everything. So
He's a cleric.
Cleric. Okay.
Are you here, Edgar?
I guess
He's
not.
talking, but his mic's not.
Oh, that thing happened again, Edgar.
What?
No, there you
There you
are.
are.
Yeah, there you are.
Quiet.
Yay! When
Hooray.
like when we were talking about you going, you weren't saying anything then either. So we're yeah. Either way, Corey. So you join the military and then get sent to this garrison. Unfortunately, how do you get sent to this garrison? If you want to share, if you don't, that's fine.
What do you mean? Unfortunately, this is just like the closest garrison.
Oh, okay. Well, not very much
That's
happens
funny.
here. Not very much happens here. All right, so we got. What was your name again, Mark? Aklo?
Aklo. Yeah.
Aklo, Erduth, Keegan, and what's your name? Corey?
Kali.
Say again.
Kali.
Kali.
Yes.
Okay.
Last name
I like
Ma.
it. I like it. So as I said, Edgar, just share. Share your character's basic backstory, but don't talk about your people that much.
Okay.
if that's possible.
Yeah. So you didn't hear anything I said before?
No.
No.
All right. Well, that sucks. It was amazing, and I will do a tribute to it, but it won't be as. I am Gatbark Gunbjorn. I was taken into slavery at a very young age by the whatever the empire is called, and used as a laborer for the combat engineers building trenches because I'm a dwarf and I'm really good at digging. And now I've risen from those ranks to kind of like this garrison might be shit to you guys, but it's way better than where I come from. And that's how I'm here.
Yeah, you guys are officers, and you each have a certain number of lackeys underneath you. You're kind of like middle upper management as well.
Nice.
So at this point, I think we can start actually world building. So if everyone could select the paintbrush and go to black, I think that there is some sort of inlet ray here. Something like that. So that's like the northeastern section of the coastline. If anyone would like to kind of add on to, those sections with their let's make the coastline, guys.
Are we making an island, or are we making?
This is 6,000 kilometers.
So this is like an Australia, like a continent.
Yeah, see right there. I just drew 3,000 kilometers of coastline.
That's a very big.
That is a massive river.
Make it a little bit smaller. Either way, go ham, guys. Just keep it within reason.
So
On this planet, which hemisphere would you say that this continent's on?
The northern hemisphere.
He's cold-blooded.
Yes. Well, that, and I kind of want to make whatever jungle that my people come from to be closest to the central. So I guess I'll be building my jungle in the south, somewhere on the south, because that would be closest to the central hemisphere.
Yeah, that would make sense. No, we got to make this river smaller. Whoever's drawing that in, we got to make it smaller, yo.
I'm making a big lake.
That's cool. That's fine. That's fine, but the river has to be. It can't be like.
Also, that is a damn big lake.
I like
Yeah,
it.
it's a great lake. It's gonna have like a little island in the middle.
Wow, only like 860 kilometers across.
How big is?
That's like
how
size
big-
of like a country. Like
Yeah, that's like a fucking sea. That's like the Mediterranean Sea there.
Yeah, that's full. Fuck. Can't have a Mediterranean Sea.
All right.
This is large enough where wars can be
Coastlines.
fought.
We want the coastline, guys. Not these random
First,
fucking mountains in the middle of nowhere.
It's weird. Whenever I draw a line, like the map kind of moves around.
No,
and,
you gotta click on the paintbrush and go to freehand.
Ah, there you go.
how do you erase?
You just select.
No, see, it keeps moving.
Yeah, I will be right back.
Do you want me to draw? I wish I could do tech support for you right now, Mark. But
How would I do the tree? How would I make trees like a forest?
No, I was just drawing lines, man.
We'll do that in a little bit.
Okay, well I do the rest
Just
of that
coastline right now. Just
Someone else
coastline.
go.
I'll draw some more.
See what's going on here? Can you see the lines I'm
I
drawing?
can see the purple mysticism of going on up north.
Yeah, every time I like click to draw,
Yeah,
like the map just moves up and down and my lines go all weird.
weird. So you click on
Refresh the page. That's always a
Yeah,
the
it's true.
solution. Turn it on and off. Oh, I like that. I like that. Let's not make it so round.
You want it to be a square?
I don't know.
That can just
That.
yeah.
This is stupid. I don't know what's wrong.
Oof, those are some pretty straight lines you got going there.
What are you putting on, Corey?
I did the whole bottom right part. Right? Oh yeah, we could totally do like an island.
Because the scale's so big, I'm just putting dots as islands. Like,
You could have like a Vancouver Island kind of business going on over there.
Are we doing the whole continent?
Do you think we should just lower the scale a bit? We can lower the scale.
I'd say 75% of what it is right now.
I have calculated that it would take you 2 months to ride at a reasonable pace for 10 hours a day to make it across the continent with zero.
Even in the real
issue.
world, maps are never
that would cost so much money, like resources.
You just forage. Just
Unless you
forage.
can, unless you have a fly speed of
so
80.
you're telling me you're gonna ride and forage for 10 hours a day simultaneously.
Yes.
You forgot about magic.
Right? Fucking just eagle form and fly 80 feet a turn, and then fucking
And
good berry.
I'm sorry, Mark. You want that there?
No, I can't. It's just not working. So
It's-
someone
is
fill
it-
that in.
Okay.
I don't give a rat's furry little ass what this map looks like.
No worries. All right. We got our fucking coastline, boys. I'm liking it.
What happened? Yeah, there we go. I like that penis part there.
No, it's not. It's a peninsula.
Peninsula.
what do you call it?
All right. I like
The
this.
Big Zir Peninsula.
Okay, we're gonna lower the scale a bit.
Like I said, just do like 80% of what it was, and that should be fine. I feel.
So instead of like 6,000 kilometers, it's like 4,000.
Yeah, 4.8.
Canada, it read 9,000 kilometers, so this is significantly smaller than Canada.
Yeah, but this is also probably significantly rounder than Canada.
It is. Anyways,
Canada has an artificial border.
now we can add mountains and forests and more lakes and stuff like that. So you can go back into freehand and select like extra large and some green. I'm gonna start adding in fucking forests.
I'm gonna do like a deep.
Are we
deep?
painting green?
That's not green.
This isn't forest. This is jungle.
Oh, okay. It's in the southern hemisphere. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's hugging the coastline. I like it. I like those mountains.
You know, this extra large brush is pretty fucking small.
Because our map is huge. That's why.
Yeah, it's gonna be worth it though. It's gonna be worth it. I don't know. I'm taking an American mindset to this. Like bigger is better.
Yeah,
Like Manifest Destiny kind of deal.
Not exact. Whoa, that mountain line is. We got to do something about that mountain line.
yeah. Mountain. I feel like mountain line should be like small. Oh, what the fuck?
Maybe like shouldn't.
Where like they're the lines of tectonic plates, right?
Right. So just yeah.
Actually, go like fuck,
I
what do we
know
got
this is
here?
fantasy, but we don't have to make a fantasy map that makes no sense. Even though already this is kind of not making any sense.
It makes total sense.
You're right. What am I?
Like-
What am I talking about?
So it's like this. Since this is like a supercontinent, is the whole center just desert?
No.
Is it going to be like a Tamriel where the center is like a giant imperial city?
Yes.
Is that the color we're going to choose for water?
You just have to have blue for water. You don't have to have the exact same color.
Yeah, I mean we should have some coherency, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna fight with you.
I like that
about
you brought the color up, but not that the mountains are different.
Well, they're different kinds of rocks.
So I'm
It's like
using
granite
the
in
bottom
north.
third to the left. I'm using the bottom blue color. That's like on the left, not the one on the right, but on the left. Like if you count from the left, it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Including the transparent block. So it's like the middle of the three
Sure. Yeah.
blues.
God damn.
And the light blue is fresh mountain water.
I like that. That's a massive fucking river.
Like the Mississippi.
Ooh, what the fuck? Oh, fuck me.
Language. It's a family program.
All right, how do I combine these shapes?
You need a series of power rings.
I would just delete it all
Oh shit!
and color it in one shape. After we do all this, I'll just move this all to the map layer. But as it is right now, I would just delete that and try to do it all in one paintbrush.
Well, I did the coast all in one, but
Oh my.
yeah, I accidentally grabbed the
everybody's
coast.
dead.
What is
What?
the yellow?
What was that?
That's like
Sure
the
it's
deserts.
sand.
It's all sand.
I like that. Is there a little
This will be like
plains next to
Sand
yeah.
the river?
These are exactly what they are. And like at the mouth of the river is probably like like bastion of civilization kind of thing.
I like that. That's
Hold on,
super
where?
dope.
Where did that? Okay, like that.
I wonder what kind
This
of
is
people live there.
Egyptians.
very beautiful, majestic, perfect people live there.
Where did you get that blue, Mark?
God damn it!
Not having a good time, Corey? Oh
It's-
my.
Why can't? Yeah,
You
that's
started the continent.
3 down on the left.
It's cool, guys. Let's just be chill and have fun. Coloring and this is
You
a fucking
shut
coloring
your
book.
whore
Let's just
mouth.
have fun,
Let me
guys.
explain
Like, this is we're just having like a birthday party. Like we're coloring in our coloring books. This is having a good time, guys.
all right. What you should do, Marcane, is after I draw this, can you take away permission from?
Yeah. Are you gonna put the coastline back?
Yeah. Just let me.
On my screen, it looks like the entire fucking world has shifted down a little bit. Maybe I'm just tripping.
Oh yeah, it was the cataclysm.
Yeah.
Oh, this weird brown color swamp and marsh.
Okay.
All right, there.
And you want me to take permission away from the coastline?
Yeah, just like, can you select the coastline? And then I don't know if there's like a permissions thing.
Yeah, I'll just move it to the map layer right now.
All right. Also, this little island. Let me just. There you go. Because yeah, I can't move the coastline anymore, which is good.
Okay. Feel like we need more lakes. Yeah, yeah, I like this. Who cares about the frickin' no. What's the school of map making? Cartographer? I'm
Yeah,
no cartographer. Holy shit, Corey.
Is there a way to get a fade going on the brush?
Nice try though. You could technically just like slowly fade it out to white with just like
That would
custom colors.
take so long.
Yeah, well, if you were into it, you would do it.
There's no like spray paint brush.
I don't think this is what maybe this is what this is intended for, but I don't think it's
I think it might be for like drawing strategy. I'm not too sure.
yeah, and like quick dungeon mock-ups and stuff like
Yeah, not like.
So you gotta take your guys over here. What the fuck?
Some grand campaign stuff.
I.
All right, can you take that jungle and put it in the? You know what you should do is just take a break, or not a break, but like take a second. Everybody finish up exactly what they're working on, and then just put everything on the map layer.
And mostly everything is on the map layer. You guys are still adding stuff, so I'm gonna stop adding.
Okay, I've stopped. I've already stopped,
No,
so
it's okay.
I'm just chilling out.
What do you guys think?
Looks good.
Gonna add some rivers in the jungle, but give me a second.
That's fair. You need rivers in the jungle. You need rivers in the jungle.
What is the dark blue in the southeast corner?
Jungle.
That's the jungle.
The jangles.
I think this map needs a giant angry volcano somewhere.
It's in the center. It's like a fucking like a Mount Doom.
Okay, you can like tell me where you're gonna put it before you put it down, because that's something that I need to green light.
Right here.
Where? Do you know how to ping? Can we move it? We should move it a little more northwest, like just under the mountain line.
How do you erase?
You can grab it if he hasn't added it to the map layer. And you should be able to just move it around.
Just hit delete while you have it grabbed.
I like the shape. It's a very nice shape. Like
That's
that,
a nice
that
shape.
volcano is
Huge.
250 kilometers high. I don't know how high that is. It may not make any sense, but that's what it is.
We should add a little sea monster in the bottom corner somewhere. Or that's the top
You
left corner
should.
is the most.
I'm doing the ice wastes. The ice wastes. Oh, that's where the ice is.
You're doing lava rivers?
Fuck yeah.
Don't make it go too far from the volcano.
No, no.
Please.
And look at the size of those things.
Hey James, what
They're
color
like
did you pick?
hundreds of kilometers long.
James, what color did you pick for the desert?
Oh, hold on. Like, let me find it. It's a
Second row, third across.
I Yeah, second row, third from the bottom. Yeah,
Oh, third from the bottom. Okay, one second.
or second column, third from the bottom.
Just tell him the number.
Okay, F1C232.
That's it. We humans
Yeah.
are the best.
Because
Located.
we all use hex codes, right?
Yes.
So-
There's some icebergs up north. Massive glacial sheets.
Even this desert I made is fucking huge. Like,
Yeah. Wow. Those must be very hardy people to survive in there.
it wasn't always desert, you see. It was beautiful, lush jungles at one point.
And then the
What
lizardmen
happened?
took all the jungles.
They
Yeah, from the other side of the fucking continent.
yeah, they took it all the way there. They grabbed it and they just like
Yeah.
packed it up and then they just walked it over.
Magic's a hell of a thing.
They walked it over,
Yeah.
not
They
by
walked
river.
at 2,000 kilometers.
Yeah, the trees can walk, pretty far.
What's this little island in the middle of the giant lake?
That is where the
Oh, giant! You mean like that continent in the middle of this like giant the sea? You mean like?
The free people.
It's Alcatraz.
Oh,
Like
200
200
kilometers long Alcatraz. That's
Yeah, man.
That could be like the capital.
Yeah, do you guys think that should be
Super
the
well
capital?
defended.
that's like a really inaccessible capital. I can't.
No, they're
like-
probably
Oh, it depends. They could have like a massive
200-kilometer
bridge.
bridge or something, right?
Fuck yeah, dude! Like a fucking marvel of engineering.
Yeah, man. I think like regardless of if that's the capital or not, there is a bridge that connects. There's two bridges, and they are marvels of engineering. They're super high arch bridges that allow giant ships to pass underneath, and they're built of a nearly indestructible material. Like people have tried to like take like souvenirs home. You can't like chip away at these bridges. Nobody remembers who built these fucking things.
You know the huge river in the middle? If you can cross that, that will be a marvel of engineering. Just that.
You need boats to cross that.
Well,
There
should-
is one bridge. I was thinking of putting the capital right here. And then having
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Like, yeah.
The island in the middle of the lake is actually full of orcs.
All right.
This is where the orcs are from.
Okay.
And every once in a while, they take their boats down the rivers to raid. You know, orcs, the classically seafaring species.
Sea orcs.
So
Sea orcs, sorks.
are orcs part of the empire? Have
They're
they
like
been,
a-
have they been
They're
brought
like
into
a
compliance
loose
or
amalgamation of tribes that are a tributary for like empire, and
So
the
they do-
empire
Are they
kind of
civilized?
looks the
Send
other
tribute.
ways. They're like Mongolians back in the day.
A Khanate?
Yeah. But right now they're all broken up. They don't have a great Khan. But a legend was foretold: the great Khan will return.
And you'll be a half elf.
So that black dot right there is the capital. You guys can place
Where?
your own black dots. Maybe perhaps I should make this a little bit larger. See if I
Should
can-
make it like a something that's
Hold on, actually, before you place any black dots, let's put down bridges.
That's what I was doing in the north here.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. I saw that, and then I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Playing games, imagining things on the internet with my friends. Anyways. Let's put down some bridges, boys. Bridgy boys.
Having like main highways might not be a horrible idea either.
It's an empire. There's definitely highways
Oh,
going
yeah.
all over the place, like everywhere.
When they when the empire started its march,
Yeah.
one of its
they roamed
first
it.
policies, they roamed it, right? They came in, they took over, brought everything into compliance, took out the just called the ruling classes, uplifted the lower class, like some of the members of the lower classes into ruling classes, brought like cultural experts of the local cultural experts
Okay.
into back to the capital to serve as advisors in making decision
Prisoners.
making about like those respective territories.
Yeah.
And then had the imperial soldiers begin building roads and other sources, other types of infrastructure that facilitate the continued campaign.
Arcane, can you map layer this gray mountain range?
Where? Ping it. I'll just map layer everything right now. This is cool. I'm really liking this. So the orcs have some trees, right? I feel like I should put some trees.
No, they burn them all for heat.
What do they drink? Is there a lake in there or something? Like that's super cool. There's a tiny little mountain range. That's probably actually like 30 kilometers long, that mountain range. But it separates the desert from the jungle.
Yeah, that happens in fucking real world, right?
That doesn't happen in the real world.
Good thing this isn't the real world.
This is the Kang world.
No,
so.
I think it happens in the real world.
Also, you missed a thing.
Maybe you should, whatever. Put it back. Okay. More bridges.
Oh, you missed another one.
Whatever. I'll do it later. So the capital's name is Lean.
Okay.
Unless you guys have a better name. Yeah, you guys throw out some names. My name
For the capital?
For the capital that I think it should be named is Zleen. But we I'm open.
Yeah, it's called a rain shadow when a mountain range blocks vegetation from growing. So one side of a mountain range is desert and the other side's forest.
Malazan.
Like that chronicle about the genie.
No, but sure. How about Karakoram?
Karakoram for the capital. I think the orcs should be in a different place in the world, Matt.
Yeah, that's cool.
At a lower place?
They are at a lower place, but no, I just think that that this place would have more than just orcs. This little island here, this little continent of an island.
What about that northern part of that lake? That's disconnected. Say like a wizard broke it to keep them out.
Broke that bridge?
No, broke the continent here.
I'm not following you. There's a bridge, man.
Here.
There's a bridge, man.
This one?
Yeah.
Deleted it.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, let's break the bridge. Let's just break the bridge. Because that's epic. These indestructible bridges. This wizard has so much power. Be able to break a bridge that's indestructible. How? Question mark.
I will be right back. 2 seconds.
I don't believe it. And anything else? I like it at this point. Do you guys want to add anything else? Maybe another bridge.
Looks good to me.
There's no reason why we can't add to it more
Yeah,
as we go.
this is very true. We're on the same page, Mark. But we should, as I'm going to say, it's taking longer and longer to change my colors for some reason, and I feel like it has something to do with the amount of brush strokes we have made. Yeah,
So-
you think that's funny?
I do think that's funny. I think you're funny.
Thank you.
Well, what we could do is after we're done, we can just kind of take a picture of it and then just make it a single image.
I think
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Should we plop down some cities?
We should.
Oh, I
And
already
are we
dot-
just
I
are we
already dotted a bunch
assuming?
of cities along the desert, but
Did you?
I didn't know. Yeah, all those little dots.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, those are towns and or villages. But
They're like ruins of a fallen empire.
okay, well, like, where does your character come from? Does he?
Oh, he's from the capital. He's from the
the capital. He was born in.
Yeah.
Where is his people
Yeah.
from? Are they?
His people are from the deserts.
They can be like the capital people, but you're okay. So your
My
people
people
are
are
from the
like
deserts,
desert. Yes,
but like your
that settled
mother and
settled in the capital a long
Okay,
time ago. With
gotcha.
they brought their wealth, their diamonds and their gems, and they bought themselves like a position of like some significance because he's an officer, right? And they don't let anybody who's like not like of like noble heritage or something to be an officer, right?
This
So
is true.
his family would have like, yeah, they're like desert nomads that came with like riches to live in the city.
Some
Some
wise men with some gold and myrrh.
Should
yeah.
we do major cities and like
We should. So
fucking
put down your
like
lizard
no,
man
but
city.
yeah, but what color should we do it in? Something that's
Something
completely
that's visible. So,
so like
don't
what like
put
a
black in the jungle. Put like
yeah like
white.
all right. I'll just do a big pink.
We can like as long as we put down something that's visible, we can always like draw lines to their names and stuff. We can label this and then make it very clear. But I would suggest using freehand on the extra large and just drawing dots where you want cities to be. Just tell me about them. Why are they there?
So this little castle I drew up here
Cool. There's
is
a castle. That's dope.
is gonna be like the homeland of the Shadow Elves, if that's okay with you.
That is.
But
yeah, man.
as far as Aklo and any of his family members from the capital are aware that like this place is a mere legend because it's been so long since they've been back, and as far as they know, they're like the last of the Shadow Elves protecting the Imperial family in the capital.
Okay. So those are. It's like an abandoned castle.
Well, it's hidden. No one knows the location of it, so it might not be abandoned.
I see.
Are we done map making?
Almost. You got to put down.
Who are we putting down?
Corey.
Okay,
Piece
so
of shit.
that's where, right in the middle, that's the main capital city of Zleen. There, I'm gonna put down some more cities.
Oh, you're talking about that weird shape?
Yeah.
Is it like partially over the river? That's why it looks like that.
It
Like
has
part of it's floating over the
encroached into
river.
Yeah, they built
Uses some
massive docks.
hydroelectric power or hydro power to
Not like
water
there's
mills,
tons of
right?
like water mills, but it doesn't like generate electricity.
Can I
Generate.
suggested you move it to like there, like just south of that bend, because it would give him a more natural defense.
No,
Like-
they want the fort.
Yeah, I know.
What?
I'm saying the south of the fort, so that way, if they were to be attacked by land, there's only one direction that it
If
can
it's
come
a
from.
capital, it's probably on all sides of the river at this point, you know? That's like this
Yeah.
like continent spanning. It's probably like
Brawling slums and stuff.
yeah. It's probably got like suburbs going
That's
all
like
over.
a mega city though. Like
Mega City 1.
it'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, because like it's an empire, right? So there's
is
probably
an
like little towns, villages that basically like merge into like one huge, like spot that would like it's kind of like Greater Vancouver. That's what it
It
look
just
like.
keeps building layers and layers and
Yeah, yeah.
layers. Oh my god. This color picker is becoming very cumbersome.
I thought we upgraded your account. Doesn't it do
No,
anything?
well, it
No,
does.
it's
It
just
gives
it's just caching probably too much shit.
Really, I'm not having a problem.
Mine takes like 2 seconds to load every time I click.
Yeah, the color picker for me too.
Okay, so it's on all sides of the river now. But there's like a Venetian-esque, like they've kept the river open, right? But they've
Okay,
built
cool.
lots of bridges over the river, again high enough to like these engineering marvels that allow ships to travel through. Not the largest ships like the massive bridge to the northeast, but still enough to allow like smaller distribution ships to like kind of get through and stuff like that. On these bridges there are like Paris-esque like apartment kind of like 3-4 story tall like long, like there's housing everywhere. It's just again layers and layers and layers of housing.
Is
Do
it
these
200 kilometers?
Yeah,
do
man.
these bridges predate the empire, or were they created by the empire?
These bridges in the cat like not these bridges. These bridges predate the empire.
Yeah, so they don't know how to make new ones. Otherwise, there'd be more, right? Okay, I get it.
They do know how to make bridges, just not like
These kind of bridges,
these.
adamantium
Yeah.
bridges.
Well, like anything, not bridges as long as these.
Not these, yeah.
Um. So there's the capital. People are still living in the desert. Yes. No.
Yeah, but not on the not like
nomads.
nomads, yeah.
Okay. So
And
I'm
there's
gonna.
still and there's rumored to be still plenty of like goods and treasure to be found in the ruins of these fallen empires.
There's some coastal cities. Some cities on the edge of this lake. More like towns, really. There is a city on the edge of this. We'll make this one a bit bigger. That's the city, and then it has some towns. There's a city up here. Make that bigger. And there's a big city up here of humans. There are dwarves in these mountains down here. And in here
Dwarves in them hills.
as well.
Are they like
Dwarves.
the typical like Scottish dwarves?
I
Freaking told you.
You might not have broadcasted it.
there's another dwarf, like northern dwarven city, and then there's infernal dwarves that live near the volcano.
Are they like Warhammer Russian dwarves?
Yeah. The around the capital, there's like it just stretches and stretches in terms of like the villages and towns and hamlets and stuff like that. Kind of westward until it thins out near the desert, but eastward there is another city, another massive city of humans right here, and it was a competitor to the Empire until the Empire applied its full force, its full military force, and brought it into compliance. And now it's like a right-hand man kind of second production power.
Like their last king became the new count or something like that kind of thing?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So they just got bought out. All right. That's happened before in the past.
Whoa. And there are people in the swamps to the north,
Okay. Cool.
but there's no real like towns or cities. There are like fortresses, but their people basically live on like boats and stuff until they have to like hole up for sieges and stuff. So, did I forget anything?
Where the orcs live?
You tell me, but they're not on that little island. They can be. There can be orcs on there.
Wondering.
But that is a city in itself, and it's a very multicultural city, and it's where the scholars congregate. It's a city of knowledge. That's how it makes its money.
City of knowledge. Where is the garrison?
That's the true question.
Isn't it now?
I feel like it would be somewhere far away from the capital, on the coast, near a mountain, trying to fend them off. Because not everyone is completely compliant, and you do have to have a military presence to just inspire obedience in your subjects, right? So you're
Inspire obedience.
So you're off somewhere. It could be compliant. It could be like somewhat in rebellion or uncompliant. It could be a new conquest, right? But you
On
guys
top
can
of the
figure it
volcano.
out. No, stay away from the volcano. I would prefer somewhere in the north or southeast or southwest, to be honest. That being said, let's do one more.
There's
Edgar.
Yeah.
So your people, where did they come from?
Well, there's dwarves on this planet.
Right.
Yeah, natural. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up something.
Oh, did I drop this on you?
Yeah, I was
Dropping it.
all right. How about this, Markane? I just thought of a little add-on. So there are two different types of lizardmen,
All right.
There's the lizardmen that live in the jungle, and then there's lizardmen that live in the desert. Lizardmen in the jungle are more iguana-like my character, but the lizardmen that come from the jungle or from the desert are more what you call it, like a bearded dragon-esque.
Okay.
The jungle lizardmen were subjugated, right? They surrendered, if you will, while the bearded dragon lizard men did not, and they were
Okay.
right. So they were the ones that were conquered.
Or like, have they been conquered, or is the campaign still going?
That's up to you. However you'd prefer it. I did want to get them this sweet fucking like port city is their capital.
Okay, yeah. Let's say that they're still fighting, because I think that's a little more interesting.
All right.
Actually, no. I've changed my mind. They're compliant. No, yeah, no, they're still fighting. It's far more interesting. What?
There you go. There
A
you go.
man
No,
can't
no.
change his
Yeah.
mind. A man can't change his mind. I worry about the narrative. Okay. So, Edgar, do you have your thing pulled up?
Yeah. So this is a rough draft
Boom.
because I didn't write this. Dwarves name our pantheon the ancestor gods because we know ourselves to have been born of them, of their blood, their wish, and will, and they have been born of us, sons and daughters beginning life the same as any who've come to ascension by one way or another and lend that power back from beyond for the good of our people. Our gods are our family as much as any dwarf still walking this plane, but my clan was not born. We were forged by our ancestor god in the molten core of an asteroid aimed towards this world. Yeah, I'm from space. Our crafter,
Fucking aliens.
yeah, our crafter spoke to us then, telling us of the evil and suffering of our destination. Told us of all we would have to endure should we make our lives there, and told us that we could choose instead to be born our crafter's children. That should we choose, we would know no suffering or evil against us. But doing so would mean our asteroid would bring about unknown devastation to the world. Our crafter told us of all the good that might be lost at the cost of our eased making, of the home our crafter once knew this world to be, of the home this world could be to us, should we make it so, and then left us to choose amongst ourselves. It was not easy. To spare suffering meant taking on suffering. Some of us became resentful of the choice and circumstances thrust upon us, but the many of us were determined to take that upon ourselves. Thus it was decided for all. We arrived in the night sky and splintered away from one another, landing as meteors peppered across the many realms. Mark King keeps calling them the meteor dwarves, so I'm going to call them the meteor dwarves.
That's very reminiscent to me of the Earthen.
Superman.
Oh,
What?
In World of Warcraft, there is a race of dwarves that were created by the Titans. Actually, I think technically all races were created by the Titans on Azeroth, but then fucking what's his name, Yogg Saron cursed them with like the curse of flesh or whatever. So then it became flesh beings.
So roll 1d4 plus 3, Edgar. Roll 1d4 plus 3.
So your people are like ancient aliens? That's kind of cool.
Okay, so the asteroid split into 5 meteors.
Oh, this happened like 80 years ago.
Yes.
I'm not a descendant. I'm one of them.
It was a relatively recent event. You can put down. I'm gonna put one down, Edgar.
One down what?
One of these meteor shards. There's 5 of them, right? Where did you land?
Where's the garrison?
That's
Why don't we
a good
make it
question.
like here?
There's a lot of area down here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at where there's like empty space, right? You can put it along here.
There, I want it at that fork.
Right here. Right.
Yeah. There? Well, there's mountains over here at the bottom.
There's mountains, and there's a conflict down here. So at this fork.
Yeah.
Or as Corey said, maybe on this side of the river. This river is small enough for the Empire to have constructed a rudimentary bridge, but it can't. It blocks.
Well, couldn't they have gotten there by river?
Yeah, I guess.
That should be like prime trade route.
You guys like that? Do you want the garrison
Yeah,
there?
sounds cool.
Oh yeah, so
Make
I
it
put
so.
I put these. Oh god damn it! I put these other pink dots here for like close human settlements that have been like engaged in trade, but not like, you know what I mean, they're not a part of the lizardmen. They're just kind of like close empires trade.
These should be like fur traders, like Canada back in the way back
Desert
when.
furs. Yeah.
They're like way stops, small towns. Way
Well, no,
stops,
like this would be like
or
like they don't.
distribution centers.
Yeah, sort of. It's just like this is where the empire is in comparison to like the lizard.
Ah, okay. So like that's like their attrition in terms of the territory where they're fighting.
Yeah.
They've penetrated that deep into the
Well,
desert.
you could argue that like this is just where the main camp is, like the city, or where they set up like their main base, or just outside of it, and they are progressing towards.
Okay, I gotcha. So I think we're. Oh yeah, let's put down these fucking meteors. So there's. Yeah, you guys are. Garrisoned. Let's move that to the other side, actually.
So is the garrison like a walled fort?
It is a walled fort. That's exactly right. It can hold up to. It's like standard.
Like an abbey.
Yeah, like an abbey, but more like military kind of orientated. Its standard occupancy is like 300 people, but it can go up to 400, like 50 year under dire circumstances. So there's another big city. Let's put it at the bottom of this lake. And you kind of you're on the outer edge of like the villages and towns that kind of radiate from this city. So that's the closest city in terms of walking.
It's a bit of a walk.
It's a bit of a walk. It would take a while.
Quite some time.
But there's tons of villages and towns, and like towns are massive, right? They're no cities, but they are quite massive and all the way there. So you're in garrison. What is the garrison's name?
Barley.
Garrison
What?
Barley.
Is
Barley.
the garrison actually like a structure that was created by the Empire, or is it
Yeah.
like a pre-existing?
No,
Okay.
this is a structure that was like.
Is it like a wooden fortress or like a stone
It's
fortress
stone.
or what?
It's stone. It is it's made of like granite. Its wall. It's
Oh, so it's like a serious fort, like.
yeah. This is like a serious fort. This is a serious
Okay.
fort. It can hold, yeah, like I said, 400 people, but it's built for 300. It has a squat wall of about like 11 feet tall, but by like 4 feet wide, and made of stone. So you can like stand on it and stuff. And it goes around the entire perimeter of the like little fort, and so it gives you a little like yard inside,
Okay.
right before the main fort doors.
And it's like a subjugation campaign, right?
Yes.
Or a subjugation campaign, not like
What do you
a
mean?
not like a containment.
No, this is well, like
This
what
is
the
where they
garrison
used to
doing
this.
is containment, but
Okay.
like there is a huge force inside, like right here, that is marching toward to subjugate.
Okay, so is the sponsor for this, is it more like the nobility or more like the church or like
This is like the emperor giving his divine blessing to like the warlord council to like continue the manifest destiny of the empire. This is just normal as usual.
yeah,
Uh,
but who's but like how's it funded?
how is it
Like the
funded?
campaign. Yeah, like who's the sponsor for this campaign kind of thing, you know? Like is this coming out
Oh,
of
it's
like the
it's taxation from all the other like
so,
compliant cities and their towns and all that stuff. It all goes
okay,
to
so
the empire and into like the operating funds of the year to like fund the lavish style of the capital. Yes, everything in silk, grapes fed to me by my slaves,
so
gold
there's
sandals.
Gold sandals.
so there's no specific like stakeholder that wants a
What is
stake in this, right?
the emperor's
Okay.
name when this place was?
When what? When what?
What is the emperor's name when this place was built? This garrison, the structures here.
Xavier Trask.
Trask's Reach, Xavier's Reach.
What's the region called? Like, you know, places are like a lot of times like called after the places they're built in, right? Like Django Bari Fort or like, you know, like
Is Django
Kalat
Bari
Ab.
a thing?
Yeah, it's in Bangladesh. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, well, well, I suppose it's more human than anything. Um,
But they still name it after the region, right?
after the
Like,
region, what
so
are
that's
regions
to make it
named
easy
after?
for yeah, to make it easy to like bookkeep all these places, especially in an empire, right?
Yeah.
What's the garrison called?
It's named after the river it's on.
Okay, cool.
The river is uh the Vrasa River, and it's the Vrasa garrison. It's the South Vrasa garrison.
So is the campaign being carried out by like a legion or something, or like some sort of military group, like like a bunch of regiments like coming together?
Yes,
Like,
it is basically the consolidated military might of the empire because there's very few enemies like left. Um, there's been a philosophical movement going through like the empire about like what's going to happen when everyone's compliant kind of deal, um, because this is almost their last enemy,
yeah,
basically. So the consolidated legions of the empire have for other than like garrisons scattered throughout the empire, because there are garrisons and also there are standing armies still in cities, right? Because these nations, there's the imperial army, right? But the nations still have their like standing army. They have like limits on how much they can have, and they still have to
yeah,
contribute portions of their populace to the
yeah,
imperial regiments, right? So like the empire is massive, but these cities still have their armies to like police their local populace. They basically
Okay.
have enough to like police their local populace and do like patrols and keep bandits and all that stuff out.
How
Okay.
about Dawn Frontier?
So is every place a police state, kind of military police state thing?
Well, it's like medieval times, right?
So
Yeah,
yes, what's Dawn Frontier?
that's like name of the fortress,
Dawn Frontier.
because that sounds like, you know, something that is gonna like mark like an ending, you know, like or like
Dawn.
starting of like yeah.
The Frontier Fortress.
Fort Frontier.
Fort.
Fort
Fort's
Frontier.
Fortress.
We're going
Fort,
with
fort.
Fort Frontier.
Fortified Fort Frontier.
Starlight Headquarters.
Yeah.
So as I said, you guys have been. It's taken tons of time for the army for the Imperial Army. They've been going into this desert for just under a year, and it's taken a long time for them to really get used to the terrain.
It's very punishing.
It's very punishing, but they've set up supply lines and like have perfected it. They've like uh, taken techniques used in traversing this, like your people's techniques, James
Yeah.
or Keegan, and applied it down here. The technology and tactics of moving through the desert, and they've set up like more river-based supply lines going through Fort Frontier to the army.
Looks like I go to the bathroom.
Yep, that's fine. We'll take. Okay, we'll allow. Yeah.
We will
So,
allow
guys,
you to go to the bathroom.
This
You
is
have
super
permission.
serious.
Oh, we have to
Super
ask
serious
permission. I've just been going.
I've already went several times. I just have wireless headphones.
Yeah.
That's the beauty
Guys.
of the adult paper.
Living in 3031.
So
Hey,
are we
that's what
guys
game-
are we gonna use face cams or what, or how are we gonna do this?
This is it.
Oh, okay,
You
cool.
want face cam?
Or
I'd have to put on a shirt.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Get views.
If I could figure out how to do that, I would, but my video card is not interfacing with my computer properly. And this is the only OBS setup that seems to work reasonably. I don't know if I'd be able to, pull off something like Dan Harmon with how he
Get some sweet ass
his
crossfades.
quarter swords. Well, no, he just has like the face cams. 5 or 6 people up there, kind of arrayed in a circle around the Roll20 image in the middle, and it works. But I don't think my computer.
Did you
was
say
able
Dan
to,
Harmon?
I think that's
It's
that
Matt
is his-
Mercer
No.
for Roll20.
That's Critical Role,
Oh,
and they sit around a
never mind.
table and do like an open form. That'd be dope if we could get everyone in a room together, weekly and do that. But this is far more convenient, far more reasonable for us to do. I feel, and far less more. Far less more as a yes, far less more. Far less.
Drawing would have been way funner in person.
It would, but
With crayons.
I think this works. Yeah. I like Critical Role's format with, sitting around the table in person and then just like having multiple camera angles set up and flipping through them, kind of like a hockey game as they play, right? It's very, I don't know, it's very slick and professional. But yeah, the organization of it would be just too difficult, I feel. This is simpler. We get to play, have some fun. Unfortunately, we're not going to really play today. We're going to do like the opening kind of scene and maybe get you guys going off in a direction, and then we'll call her.
Okay.
You're back?
Back.
Yeah. We only got like an hour, right, till you have to go.
You gotta be done by 4.
Yeah.
There are halflings in this world.
Good, something to push around.
They live in the swamps.
That's so
They live in the
mean.
swamps to the north and the south, the southwest and the northeast.
What is their what is it called? Pejorative?
As a people,
Yeah.
second
the word I'm thinking?
breakfast.
What about second to breakfast?
I don't know. They just chill. They don't really come out of the swamps very much, and
Because
You know,
they're like rolling up some swamp weed and like fucking blazing it.
that's
Like a
actually
Swampshire.
their tribute. They don't actually
That's
they don't
gnomes,
have
James.
money to give for taxes, so they just give portions of their harvests.
So they contribute marijuana to the empire
Yes.
as their
Yes.
So I'm guessing it's legalized.
Oh yeah.
This is advanced culture with legalized
With
greens.
weed and slaves.
Well, if it's like a primitive culture, it'd still be legal, right? It was only when people like started to get civilized. I mean,
So, it's a day like any other at Fort Frontier. You guys are, you wake up, you make your beds, you put on your uniforms and do your daily duties. Going around and you you guys kind of know each other well, right?
I guess so. We've been here
You've
for
been
like a
there
year,
for
right?
almost a year, and
Do you guys go to Bible study?
No, I go on
Of course.
patrols all the time.
I'm at the gym most of the time.
I'm spotting James.
there we go. All right, so through your mutual love of fitness, being running around on patrols and working out at the gym, you all have become you've all forged this friendship, and albeit you have different specializations and rarely truly work together.
Okay.
News says that the campaign is going well. Everything.
Reports.
Yeah, reports. That would be the term. Either way, you get all of you kind of get pulled away from your squad and brought before the general. He is this.
Whoa, a general! Holy
Yeah,
crap! All right.
that's what you don't know. You don't know if he's a general, but he's just called the general. Ever since he got here, people just like refer to him as the general. And like, did you ask him if he's an actual general?
He's really just a
Keegan?
general manager.
Wouldn't he have like ranking pins
He's
or
like a
something
colonel
that
in
you
He
can
his
does have
tell?
ranking pins, and
What does his
they
ranking pin
indicate
say?
that he's a general.
All right, cool. That's enough for me.
Right? He's just this is what he wants to do.
So he's collected us?
And General, what is his name?
Arthurus.
General Arthurus.
So
Why have you called us before you today?
Well, you're some of my finest lower officers, and I have an important task for you, yes? Oh, what? And as he says that, the door opens, right? And a halfling walks in, and He's like one rank above you. 1 second. So yeah, he like you know him. His name is Jebido, and
Of course.
and yeah, he's one rank above you, and he's like, Jebido. And the general, he looks at the halfling. He's like, Jebido, it's good to see you. The halfling is dark skinned, in shape, and finely dressed. In
How tall is he?
In the same uniform, he is. How tall are halflings usually? I want to say like 4'2". He's like 4'2". Is that too tall?
That sounds pretty tall.
Yeah.
He's like
Halfling.
3'9".
Okay.
All right. And you know he can do some sort of illusionist magic. That's his specialty. He's like a spy.
He's a fucking shyster, is what he
Yeah,
is.
he's a shyster. That's what he's known for. Don't gamble with Jebido.
So we know him.
Yeah, he nods his head. He nods his head to all of you, right? And the general's like, yeah, it's good. It's good to see you, Jebido. Well, I might as well. And now that you're all here, it's time to inform you that I have received news from the capital. Yes, I must take the vast majority of our standing forces and move out. I can't really tell you why, but rest assured, shall return within 2 to 3 months. You will receive replacement reinforcements shortly. I will send you the details by pigeon. When
How
I
many
can.
men will you be living with us?
I will be leaving you with approximately 46 fighting men.
And like we're like muscling in on like lizard man territory. That's this.
To the south, but there's a massive army between you and the lizard men.
Okay.
Massive imperial army. Legions and legions upon soldiers.
So you're just taking all our men and not giving us a reason why.
Well,
Sounds a little fishy.
are you gonna ask him to explain himself?
Yes.
It's no good, boy. The capital, it's in news behind the scenes. Things are going to become dire. I must go there and calm the situation before things get out of hand. You know, I've lived too long to see this happen. You know, I've done things. I've done my duty. I've earned this position of ease, but I can't sit here and do nothing. Now, I assure you, if I don't go, something very bad will happen. The Empire rests on me solving this problem. And I am asking you to listen to Jebido, your superior officer. I will be taking every other ranking officer above him away. He will be in full control of this Fort Frontier while I am away, and I am humbly asking you. I know that you have history with Jebido. Everybody has history with Jebido, but he is a fine soldier, and military rank indicates that he is in command. I trust Jebido, and I hope that you will too.
Yes, sir.
Well, if he's got the rank, he's got the rank.
Yes, sir.
Scribble some stuff, blah, blah, blah. I will be leaving on the morrow. I appreciate your cooperation in this matter. Dismissed.
All right.
All right.
I salute him.
I salute him as well. I'm the first out. Got better things to do than this. I didn't say
I-
that, but
I got way
that's
I got
that.
many places to be.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what time of day is it?
So as like, it's like midday.
It's leg day.
You go to the gym, Keegan.
Yeah, go back to the gym.
So you go
I'm
off
done
to
with this. I'm
as
done
you
with
like
this
turn to leave,
officer
and you're out,
nonsense.
you're out of the
like-
door. Jebido comes and he like comes out after you. He's like, "Hey, wait, we got a team meeting here."
We just had a meeting.
Yeah,
What's going on here?
Well, we got to figure things out. We got to figure out how we're gonna run this stuff. Wow,
Yeah.
The general's
Yes,
gone.
yes, sir. You're the one in charge, so you're gonna be
Yeah,
running
you gotta
things.
stay here, and that's an order.
Wouldn't the general have like given you a list of things that you have to do?
And I'm gonna delegate them.
I spit on the ground and say yes, sir, and I walk back in.
Okay. Does everyone else come out?
Yeah, I go.
Yeah, we're in the meeting.
Yeah, I tried to leave, but I guess I'm stopped as well.
No. Oh yeah. Well, like you're outside of the general's office. You're not inside the
Okay.
general's office while this interaction is occurring.
Corey, do you have like creepy independent eyeballs that like move directions?
No, I am not.
Like
I
a
am not a
gecko?
chameleon or a gecko. I am more of an iguana. So they're more like cold, like staring eyes.
Reptiles.
Do they like blink independently?
No, they blink together. It's just
Human
they're
eyes
often
blink
just
independently.
lost, staring deep into nothing.
Cold, lifeless eyes.
So,
What service will you have of us, Jebediah?
I want you. What's
So
the great guy's name?
do we respect Jebido? Like,
That's up to you.
He's high
Honestly,
ranking, right?
Jebido's kind of.
A scoundrel?
He's like the bully friend.
Mm.
Yeah. Kind of like a scoundrel.
But he has a good record, military.
Like
probably just knows the right people to
if-
step on
if
to
he
get where
can
it needs
trick
to
you,
go.
He'll trick you. But if you trick him, he'll go with it and not like act like a little bitch.
I have no respect for tricksters. I prefer men that act
With
forwardly.
their muscles.
That's right, forwardly, with honor and muscles.
I like that.
That's your coat of arms.
That's right.
So
It's
you-
like a bicep. It's my coat of arms. Yeah.
No, it's
Two
a loincloth.
Two
What's your
biceps
name,
crossing each other,
What's
Gap
and
arc.
they like connect like at the other end, and then the other end is the cross biceps. Yeah.
You know that handshake in
In
Predator?
Predator. Yeah.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
That's perfect.
And CIA's got Jebido pushing too many pencils.
My name is Gat Bark. I don't know if you got that.
So he turns to Gab Bark?
Gat.
Gat Bark. Yeah, alright, Gat Bark. I want you to inventory all of our medical supplies. I know we don't really have a proper infirmary right now, but you should be able to find the stash and get back to me with what we have.
Yes, sir.
Turns to Aklo.
Yes, sir.
Aklo, I want you to get back at me with how much arrows we have and how much food we have. Yeah, that's it.
Consider
What's
it done.
title again?
Pardon?
What's his title? What's his rank?
I think we'll figure out hierarchy later.
Okay.
It is.
Call him a sub commander.
Or a lieutenant.
He's a sub commander. He's a lieutenant. Yep, captain. He's captain.
Okay.
You guys are corporals,
Nice.
and he's a captain. There. Problem solved. What do you do? What's your class? Corey.
Who?
I'm a druid.
He's like, I want you to go out and gather any sort of useful herbs you can.
And then I would reply with, sorry, say again. Common is not my first language.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, you're gonna have to get better at it, cause it's whatever. Find healing
I translate.
plants.
I translate for you.
So I say,
Yes,
yeah,
good.
like go out of the fort and just go around the countryside and see what you can find, anything useful, in any sort of way, springs back.
I make a hand motion like smoking a doob.
I make a gang sign.
He
Yeah,
turns
I
to
go do my
Keegan.
job.
Keegan,
Yes, sir.
I want you to go through our ranks. Tell me what the general figure out who the general has left behind, and how many kind of people we have, and what their specialties are, and who's up to snuff, and who's not up to snuff. I want you to bring them up to snuff.
Yes, sir. And I try to leave again. I try to turn.
All right. Yeah, he lets you go.
Oh
I
yeah,
take off too.
I would have left as soon as he was finished speaking as well.
So what's your class, Matt?
I'm a warlock.
Warlock. What can you do?
I can do a lot of
What
things.
have you been working on in your spare time? That's what Jebido asked you.
I
He's
just
kind
been
of like
studying
dubious of warlocks.
my lore books that I was given to at the Capitol.
You've been working on your lore books.
Yeah, I'm trying to find ancient secrets and ancient relics to help the Empire.
Well, that seems reasonable. Keep doing that.
Aye, Captain. Then I leave.
All right.
My black long cloak trailing me in the wind.
So you guys go off and do you actually perform your duties diligently or what?
I do. I
I do.
take my tasks very seriously, and I perform my duties very efficiently.
I
Of course, I
do the
started the
same,
gym
but
to find all
better.
the people there.
Those are gonna be the
The core elites, yeah, of
the
course.
core elite.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
There's the regulars, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are working out, and
Yeah.
but most
Good.
as
Are
you,
they up to snuff, or do they need some more training?
well, actually, most people are packing up right now, right? Because they're
Yeah.
getting ready for the Exodus tomorrow. But the people who train, who are staying, there's 6 of them, and they're
Yeah.
up to snuff. They're physically top 95 percentile kind of deal. Like everybody else is below them. They are
Perfect.
top tier physical specimens, right? You guys push each other every day.
Perfect. Now that we're gonna have more space in the gym, we can put the rest of the riffraff in here and then bring them up.
Bring them up. Okay. So,
But yeah, I don't know how much detail you
we
want,
will.
but I'll be
So,
collecting
you
all the people kind of thing. See who needs what.
let's. Okay. So you guys begin your tasks, and you work until nightfall. You have dinner at night. You're in the beginning stages of your tasks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're at the dinner table, and kind of talking amongst yourselves. You go to bed, wake up in the morning, bright and early. And I guess what it would be like
Drill.
225 people kind of assembled in marching on horses and with like wagons and carts also drawn by horses. And the general, he's at the front. It's early morning. Sun is like, there's lots of light. And Jebedo has you like arrayed, and the general kind of like gives you all a salute and begins the march. The column marches out of the gates, the front gates of the squat fort walls, and marches off into the horizon.
There goes some great men.
All right. I mean, I'm still at it with my task and collecting all the people and their specialties, their names, their positions, their squadrons, their like
Okay.
officers, all of that. Yeah.
So give me an insight roll as you go around and kind of interview the remaining 45 people.
Okay. Let me roll a d20. Where's my insight?
There is a way to like roll insight within your
Oh,
character
really?
sheet.
Okay.
Yes. There
Okay.
you go. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
7,
we
I
can
guess.
use the first one.
Okay, 11.
11.
Yeah.
So you go around and you talk to them, but everyone kind of just seems like a standard person.
Yeah.
Even like
Two arms, two legs, pretty standard.
other other than like your select few elite, everyone kind of just seems normal. You have some spearmen, some regular infantrymen, a few like cavalrymen have been left behind, but like they're honestly, that the cavalrymen are just like the older kind of, no, they're not as good.
Okay.
Bottom of the barrel cavalry, but like everyone else, you kind of feel is just
So
like
they're like
standard.
auxiliaries or something.
Yeah.
So what's the core of like this type military type? Is it like Roman where it's like heavy infantry
Heavy
with
infantry
that's
with
the core? Okay, got it. Yeah.
a lot of spearmen with
Yeah.
shields, few archers.
No
But
magic.
there is magic, right? There's warlocks like what's your name, Matt?
Urduth.
Urdirth. How do you say it?
Reduced.
Urduth. Thank you. Like Urduth. Urduth is like a freaking warlock shock assault troop, and he usually works in concert with other spellcasters, but they've been taken. Like everyone except one has been taken. Abigail has been taken by the general. Actually,
Okay, cool.
I guess there's um uh Gerbark. Gitbark.
Gatbark.
Gatbark. There we go. Oh, this is fucking hard. There's.
Gatbark.
Let me see if I can just change your. Can I change your names on the little? I can't.
I can.
So
Yeah.
Gatbark. Yeah, change your name to Gatbark.
It's the first thing under my settings and the gear and chat.
That would make things so much easier if you could change your Roll20 name to your character.
Oh, okay. So, 1 second.
Got it.
Oh, okay. I see it. There we go.
So yeah, lots and lots of heavy infantry. There's Abigail.
Abigail.
Gatbark is a cleric, so he has some like clerical magic.
Okay, cool.
And Charlie Keek, that's your name.
Kali Keek.
Kali Keek.
Usually you
So,
say it,
am
you'd
I
say it
like a-
all like really fast,
You
but
can also
for
cast, right?
oh yeah, of course.
Right. So you're all effective in combat and have trained in combat spell casting.
Cool.
Although I don't usually cast in combat, but
So
whatever.
roll survival or Kali Keek.
Is this for when I'm on patrol?
Yeah, you're on patrol. You know,
Um,
looking for
I'm
herbs.
going to cast. 1 second. I'm
You
going to
have some
cast
druidic bullshit.
wild. Yeah, wild cunning. Have the. I'm going to have them. I'm going to send them out to help me look for the help me forage for the herbs.
So you just know where it is. It's edible forage.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's particular plants that I know of, then it's just like, hey, go find me some, swift thistle or some fucking earth bloom.
I will. This is fine, sure. But you still have to roll. They'll help you. Let's say they give you advantage.
All right.
And
then I'll just
edible.
nature.
Sure, sure.
Or survival. I'll do survival.
Whichever is best.
Well, there you go.
So you freaking blow it out of the water. You collect, all the important things that you think are useful. These leaves for swelling. These leaves to kill. These leaves to deaden the pain. These leaves to cause ill. Oh no, my computer's gonna die. No, the one thing I didn't prepare for.
Wow, what's going on?
His laptop's gonna die.
Oh.
Plug it in.
All right, false alarm.
You're just creating drama for the stream.
Yeah, it's all about the drama. Okay.
So juicy.
So you find a bunch of herbs that both maim and heal.
And hallucinate?
And hallucinate.
Maybe?
Why would we want these? They have no purpose.
They have the most purpose. Most
Yeah.
versatile purpose. Very
man.
purpose. Yeah. We need some for post workout recovery.
I really like that angle.
That's what
you have my support.
So, Aklo.
Yes. My task was to count arrows. So I assume
also gives you the task of organizing the watch order.
Okay.
He's like,
cool.
Yeah, you can do that too. I don't want to do that.
So I assume that we have subordinates, right?
Yeah, you do, actually.
Okay.
So you can also outsource if you want.
Definitely delegating the food and arrow thing to my peons, because that is a task below my
Go
interests.
Can they even count above 10? Who are you?
They just lie.
Yeah.
There's
totally
30,000 arrows.
They'll count in bundles.
There are 10 tens, and then we lost count.
Oh, that's so annoying. Then we ran out of fingers.
But
count on your toes, damn it!
Yeah, you set them off to count, and let's see what happens.
I send a couple off so they like.
So they have 10 fingers, 20 fingers.
Collaborate. Group project. All that ends up with is one person taking all the work. All right. Well, your lucky countant's not that hard.
There you go.
All right.
And yeah, I guess I go find the people I need to organize
So
for the watch.
you have a manifest or a list of the remaining soldiers here.
Okay.
And they're all pretty good. Like, you don't really know the capabilities of these people. But you kind of have like various relationships with different people on here. You know, oh, that guy freaking budged in front of, he budged in front of me that one time, or oh, that guy freaking held the door open for me one time, kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
But other than
Yeah, because like my like training, my combat
Yeah.
training would be like, very like, stealth. He works alone most of the time.
Okay.
It's usually like assassinations and things like that.
Oh
So
my.
he may not, have a lot of background in organizing large groups of soldiers.
Okay.
So
Do you have
but-
like any apprentices who train under you?
yes, sure.
How many?
4.
Okay, so the general he took one, your brightest pupil.
Okay.
What's your brightest pupil's name?
Smitty.
Smitty. So he took Smitty.
Oh, Smitty's my best guy.
But you still have 3, and they're part of the 45 left behind.
Okay. So I mean, I've probably been training them. We've been here for a year.
Just under.
So yeah, so we have a pretty good relationship. Yeah, well, I guess I would like. Am I just organizing like the night watch or?
Yeah, like the wall watch. Not just the night watch, but because you need the watch like 24/7. So you just kind of
Yeah.
like write. You don't have to like organize it like for real. Give me what would be like an intelligence check.
Okay.
All right. So you
Not very intelligent.
you do it. Yeah.
There's like some horrible gaps.
I'll-
You have the same guy like
Hours, I
4
forgot to grab
times.
I'll walk to the corner store in a few hours. Okay.
One guy is supposed to watch the wall for like
Huh?
23 hours straight.
Later.
All
That's
you
a
do
part
is
of-
watch it, right?
It's a part of the apprenticeship.
It's part of the hazing ritual.
Yeah.
You gotta collect all the sparks.
My because this like whole thing is like a punishment. Like my heart's really not in it. Like
No problem.
I don't like Aklo does not really give a shit about this garrison.
You
He's just doing
basically
his
just,
time.
Like, you write some fucking shit on the what is it, like schedule on the
Yeah.
the watch schedule, and then you like put it down and walk off.
Yeah. Fuck this.
All right.
I delegate.
Erduth,
Yes.
you are in the wizard's house. Wizard's
Okay.
like office. It's this
Wizard's
little
quarters?
building, sanctum, wizard sanctum, attached to the side of the actual keep, inside the walls of the fort. Or I guess, yeah. There's the outer walls, and it's attached to the side of the fort, I should say. Anyways, you're in there doing your research.
Okay.
Abigail's in there.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I
It's
go
crazy,
to like
Erduth. The general, he just up and left out of nowhere.
the general has his reasons.
Oh,
It is not
he
for
didn't
us
tell me.
who want to know military matters.
You know something?
I know not of what the general plans, but the doings are transpiring. Here you go, Cap.
Well, she goes back to studying.
Now leave me. I must read my book.
Give me a what do you have? What kind of book is it? It's like it's a spell book.
I have an ancient text that holds terrible secrets and it must not fall into his hand.
Okay. Holds terrible secrets, eh? Well, give me a Arcana check.
Arcana. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just click on it, right?
Yeah, and oh, you already did.
Sorry, I
It's
was.
fine.
Oof.
So you study for a long time, and it seems like gobbledygook for you. It's in like half of it you can't understand because it's in some weird cipher,
Okay.
and it's impossible to read.
The other half's upside down.
This book doesn't make any sense.
Okay, Keegan,
What's up?
give me another insight check.
Okay. Well, I mean, for what? What am I doing?
Oh no. Well, do you want to train the cavalrymen? Try to bring them up to snuff.
Well, like, I need to find out what we're even like doing with this. Like, are we gonna be defending the fort then, or are we gonna be like sending it out to the scout?
Jebediah's
Like,
just
what?
trying to shore up everything and take control of everything.
All right. Well, yeah. Then I'll have to report my findings back to Jebedo.
Okay, so you
That's
track
the
down
first thing
Jebedo?
Yeah, and I'm gonna give him the manifest of like these are the people, their positions. Like we'll have to put recombine them into new units, like put them in new squads, put new people in charge, because it totally looks like the general like pick and chose people from like
He's listening. He's nodding. He's looking
yeah
at
yeah
all like the chart of names you have and like so like
yeah.
how do you want to restructure the squads?
Well, we're gonna have to restructure them based on our tasks because this is not gonna be like a military subjugation task force. It's like skeletal crew of like a fortress kind of thing, right? So
Okay.
these cavalrymen we'll use them as scouts.
Okay, I like it.
And
We still have
yeah,
horses, right? So we can put them on horses.
yeah,
One horse, just the man goes out.
yeah.
But you have a good scout.
More scouting.
Which of these are a good scout? Is that what you're asking?
I believe he can turn into an eagle and scout like a beast, but it never hurts to have more scouts.
Yeah, but are you able to do that 24/7? You know, we're gonna always need to have people on the watch out, right? Like not just like we can see from the castle walls, but like approaching from far away. That's why we need scouts, right? To always like
Like a patrol.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Especially in like a area like this with like basically bad men all around.
I see here. He like points down to like your
Yeah.
rating of physical fitness that these individuals have proved themselves excellent in your eyes. Perhaps we should spread them out amongst the squads to inspire a more evenly amongst our men.
You're right. They should totally be group trainers, and we should like set up like a solid workout regime for all of these men.
All right. Is there anything else you would suggest?
That's all, sir.
All right. Well, that's
I'll
enough for
be
now.
drafting a nutrition and like workout plan for all of these men.
Okay. So this goes. So
Speaking of which,
okay.
sorry to cut you off.
No problem.
Yeah.
What is the nutrition like here? Like, are we well stocked?
You
Do we
are
have lots of
well
shipments
stocked.
coming in?
This is a waypoint in the logistics chain of supplying the army. So you guys are constantly well stocked. Anything that goes bad is like instantly replaced with the constant influx. Like every day a shipment comes in. Nothing like sometimes it just passes through, but every day there's a boat coming down this river and
Yeah.
going into the desert.
So is there like docks attached to the garrison?
Yes. Well, not real. There's a dock, but it's like, I guess it is. It's on the like how do you guys want to? Do you guys want it attached to the garrison, or like the garrison off to the side with a dock just like built? You know,
It should probably be on the outside of our
Yeah.
walls.
All
Yeah,
right, so that's how it is.
so that it'd be a solid hard point, right?
Yeah.
All right, so there you have a dock outside of your walls that has a little auxiliary road that's been
Yeah.
paved imperial style that leads up to the like the. There's two gates. There's a north gate and a east gate, or north gate and a south gate.
Cool.
When was the last time any of us saw any
Like 2 months ago, there was a lizard man raid that slipped past the main army and made it into imperial lands and caused some havoc. The general mobilized. You were part of that mobilization. You went out into the land and taught those bearded dragons a lesson.
filthy desert reptiles?
So we stripped them and put them in pyramids and shit. Okay, gotcha.
And made boots out of them.
So night comes, and what do you guys do? You are any of you gonna drink?
I'm gonna take the first, with the first group of watchmen.
With the first group of watchmen, okay. So you go up to the wall, and this is like the sun is setting, right? It's getting very dark, and you go up to the wall, and you have organized.
But I want to be like have given them their tasks already, but like I don't want them to know that I'm hanging around. Like I want to see how well the men that have been left behind accomplish their tasks.
Secret supervision.
Yeah, no one's sleeping, like everyone's doing their rounds and stuff. So do you want me to roll like a stealth?
Yes, if you want to do it secretly.
Yeah.
Then roll stealth. Okay. So it's pretty dark, and you blend in with the shadows of the buildings, or of the wall and the keep, I should say. And just kind of like look up, tucked into the corner of the fort and the ground, looking up at the walls at the menu station there, and roughly half are missing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Just, I guess I would investigate that, see if they're just like in their bunks or like at the bar or dead.
So you start walking around and roll, I guess, investigation.
Sure.
All right, so you find.
What are the two numbers that pop up here?
Sorry?
One's with advantage.
Yes. The first one is the actual roll. The second one is if you had advantage.
If I had advantage, and I don't think that I do.
No.
Okay.
You find one guy at the bar. And his name is Ralph. He's this red-haired human. And
yeah.
He's kind of pimply. But he's a good soldier. He's an Empire man. And he's kind of drinking a foaming mug of ale.
Is he sitting at the bar?
He's sitting at the bar. There's a bunch of people around him. There's a few people in here. Not a lot of people. There's a few people in here. There's probably like 6 soldiers altogether. It's nighttime. A few of them are about to go to bed.
Okay, well, I want to sneak up on this guy and like as he's taking a drink, like pull his stool out from underneath him, and like embarrass him in front of the soldiers, and then like yell at him and make him go back to work.
See, give me a stealth.
What do you say?
You fucking lazy piece of shit! I gave you an order. $20. So that was my
sneak up.
was my
He has no idea when his seat gets pulled out from underneath him. He falls right onto the floor, and splashes himself in the face with the ale from his mug. He like wipes the foam off of his eyes and stands up. He puts his cup on the bar and turns around and he sees you and he's like, "Aklo, what the hell?"
What the hell? What the hell? Why aren't you at your
Huh? What? I'm on post.
You're goddamn right you're on post.
There's no schedule.
No schedule. Didn't I hand out a schedule?
You just wrote it and put it down.
Just wrote it down. Okay. Well, I say fucking I gave you the schedule. What are you talking about? You didn't get the schedule.
Roll deception.
Yeah, and then I tell him to leave the bar.
Okay, well he goes and leaves the bar, but roll deception. Okay, so he like narrows his eyes at you, and then he kind of like sighs and goes, "Sorry, Corporal. Right away." And like,
Get out of here! And I
rushes
kick him in
out.
the ass as he's going.
Okay.
Wow, you're an asshole.
Don't question my authority.
I'm not there, so you know.
So, yeah, so that he's the only guy you find though.
Okay, well, I will realize at this point that I probably should have handed out the schedule, and we'll just go on my merry way back to the
Alright.
watch.
All right. So, Callie Keek, are you doing anything at this night?
Probably just hanging out in the library,
Hanging out in the library. Why?
reading books.
Okay. Just spent. Okay. Gatbark. You
Looking
doing
at the
anything
pictures
cool?
at least.
Learning common.
Yeah.
No, I can write and read common. I just don't speak it very
Hard
well.
to speak. It's the lips.
There's no lips.
Yeah.
Gatbark. What are you doing?
I go and I pray in the whatever temple area that I'm sure is
there is a
sensitive
little
to all
like
The chapel that you built.
a tiny little chapel in like basically what used to be a storage closet that you like begged the general to turn into a chapel, and like it's basically like a little like closet shrine to your god. You know those little shrines that people keep in their closet to like David Bowie or
Yeah,
something.
okay. I go there and I pray.
Okay.
I worship.
You worship. Do you ask for
Through
anything?
interpretive dance.
Through interpretive dance? Now, are
Yeah.
you praying to your asteroid god, your creator? Yeah. Are they so like? Do you know if their like spiritual essence that is still alive? It's gone to like some sort of ethereal plane.
What? What do you mean?
The
I
asteroid,
have
right?
powers, so I assume that they're from divine order.
All right, that makes sense. Checks out. Give me a religion check. I
This
don't
is
know.
gonna be
There's
bad.
nothing that really tests your devoutness, but you fail at it.
It's because it's intelligent based.
Is it? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
see, I don't like that. We're just gonna skip this. Well, not this. I like this little bit. But
If you
we're
wanted
gonna
to test my
move over that.
spirituality, you could say it's wisdom.
Wisdom. Give me a wisdom check.
How do I just do wisdom?
You click
never
on the name.
Click on the wisdom. So
Oof!
Oh, what the heck?
so you like do an interpretive
I have
dance at your altar. What does your god's effigy look like?
Like a hammer. A big old hammer.
So you do your interpretive dance, and as you finish, you like wait. Oh, you wait for your sign, and then the head of the hammer kind of like just crumbles and splits into like shatters into 8 pieces and just falls to the ground.
Everybody's a critic.
That's yeah. Erduth, what are you doing with your nighttime?
Going to sleep.
Keegan?
All right, so I don't trust this dirty halfling, right?
Okay.
So I feel like it's up to me to protect this fort and the people inside
Yeah.
and the supply line to the front lines. I feel like it's up to me. That's the responsibility that I feel. So I'm drafting out patrol plans based on like history of previous attacks,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
so that's yeah, and like
That common
predicting
weak
like
point.
predicting the next, like if there's a next incursion, like next steps. So that's what I'll be like drafting out.
What do you think that would be, like an investigation
Or
or
history probably.
history?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to like cross reference, past
Yeah.
engagement locations. So give me a history check. Boom. So you stay up to the wee hour. Nah, you stay up to a reasonable hour because you that sleep equals gains, right? So you stay up
Yeah.
as long as you can, studying
Yeah, yeah.
these past battle engagements, and create this like basic an advanced like what is it, spider web kind of heat map,
Yeah.
right? You create a
Yeah,
heat
create a
map.
heat map.
Yeah, and plan your patrols around that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys go to bed.
Anything happen during watch?
Yes, something happened. You're awoken. At like Aklo, you go back to your watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are a shadow elf. So when do you go to meditate?
I would probably,
Never.
yeah, no, I would probably do like the first watch and a half.
Okay.
Like just make sure that the next crew shows up and everyone's all set up properly.
So in the next watch, they also don't show up properly. Like half of them are again missing.
Okay.
That'll be like this is the watch that'll lead into dawn.
Okay. I guess I would have my apprentices find the people that should be on watch
Okay.
while I hold the watch, I suppose.
So they go find them.
And hold the men from the previous watch until the next ones show up.
Okay. So we have to pull double shift until the next watch shows up. Okay.
Sorry, boys. It just is what it is.
Oh, God damn it. This is bullshit. I can't believe it. Give me a perception roll, Aklo.
19.
So you see what looks to be a band of humanoids going north on your side of the river.
Heading towards us?
No, they're bypassing you. They're going north. There's
Okay.
probably like 12 to 12 to 15 of them.
And how far away are they?
Hard to say.
Okay.
Barely visible.
I suppose I would make note of it and let the other watchmen know, I guess.
Okay.
That we are not alone on this night. And I would guess do the other watchmen show up?
They do. Your apprentices eventually, except one. So there's that, and then your apprentices they want to like go to sleep themselves.
Okay. I will allow this. And I will go meditate.
All right. So the next day comes. Nothing happens. In the middle,
Nothing.
Jebdo, he calls you all to the room.
In the middle of the night?
No, this is the morning now. You guys have
Okay.
breakfast, all that, and then you get like summoned by a messenger, a little messenger, kind of like page, servant. There, because there's like still like staff, right? There's military staff here who like
Yeah.
the janitors and the cooks and all that stuff. And he's like a page, so he's like training, but he's still assigned like chores and shit. One of which was to like round you up for Jebdo, who has an office right next to the generals, and Jebdo brings you guys in, and he kind of looks at you all with this certain intensity, and waits until the boy closes the door, and he's like, "All right, boys, we're fucked.
Come
Okay.
again?
We're fucked.
How so? Speak in plain terms, man.
I gotta.
Wait, we
I'll be
should be
honest. I did
fornicated?
something kind of fucked up, and I read the general's mail. Okay, we all knew it was gonna happen. I read it, and he should have stayed. He should have stayed a little
What?
bit longer.
What would the general say if he knew you were going through his stuff, Jebediah?
Whatever. It's important. It's good. It's good that I went through because
I'm like shaking my head in disappointment. Like,
Same.
dishonorable scumbag. That's what I'm thinking.
I look very stoic.
I don't
Well,
dare
it
make eye
was
contact with
addressed to a leader of camp, wasn't it?
Well, what did it say, man?
Basically, this is it's this letter from one of the general's contacts who lives in the capital city. It's under a code name. I don't know who, but they clearly have a lot of power in the administrative structure of that city. Talking about this schism within the capital and the administrative structure, and how the emperor's life is in mortal danger, and how it a conflict happened. The emperor is dead. He's most likely dead, unless he was somehow. He's fucking dead. We're fucked. The empire is fucking done.
This news would greatly disturb. So what do you propose that we do?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm almost about to walk the fuck out of here.
Wow,
we have our
General.
We still have our task here. We must defend the sport.
What about the heir to the throne?
There was a part in the letter about that, but it's
But
fucking
nothing. What is
ludicrous, man. They said that they managed to get one of the descendants, a babe with golden eyes. The letter goes on, but there's no way you're gonna get into the imperial city, into the palace. Who knows where that kid is? Who knows who this Alabaster is? That's the fucking code name.
So
You can go to the capital if you want. Try to find this babe if you want. But
the general left a day ago.
he left a day ago. You might be able to catch him.
Well, yeah, he might be walking into a bad situation with all our men. If
Shall we send him a raven?
do we have ravens?
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. Okay, well,
I guess
I
we
propose.
gotta ride out
Yeah.
out and save our men, save our boys.
Tonight we ride.
Tonight we ride. We've got horses, right?
Yeah.
Hey, would he have been going along the river?
There's roads. He's on the road. So we're gonna end it here.
Okay,
And I'll draw in
Okay.
some roads.
sounds good.
All right. Tonight we ride.